If there's a project or a goal in your life that you know you should be working on, and you really want to work on it, and you know that it's important to you and why it's important to you, but every time you even begin thinking about it, you're overcome with a sense of dread and apathy and just this huge mental resistance. If that's how you feel, then I want you to watch this video to find out how you can overcome this for good. Because in this video, I will tell you one strategy that you can use immediately after watching this video to build endless motivation for yourself. This is literally a form of self-therapy and a super important and super useful tool that can be applied in many other areas of your life as well. This tool can be used to change any of your own behaviors, and you can even use it to change the behavior of other people to some degree if they're willing to work with you. With this tool, you can literally achieve anything that you can't even seem to grasp, anything that seems elusive to you. This strategy will show you how to get control over it. For right now, we're just going to look at motivation and behavior change. If there's a certain behavior you want to engage in, but you can't seem to get yourself to do it, it will help you. Really, you can apply this to any topic, any problem, any goal, or anything you have going on in your life. This could be for things related to your health, such as exercising or eating healthy, quitting junk food, quitting smoking. Maybe there are some chores you have to do, but you don't, and it's starting to become a problem in your life. Or it could be things related to productivity and your work, and you could be making more money, but you're not getting yourself to do it. Maybe you need to study or get a project done. Or you want to start a business or plan an event. Whatever project you might have, the strategy I'm showing you will eradicate mental resistance and turn it into burning motivation. See, maybe in the past you've muscled your way through that mental resistance that you've had toward a certain task. With sheer willpower, you got up and did the thing anyways, but only to be hit with that same roadblock again after a short time. There's a saying that I've heard before, but I'm starting to partially disagree with it. Motivation is like bathing. It doesn't last, that's why we have to do it daily. It has been my experience that when I use this strategy that I'm about to show you, I don't have to regularly motivate myself or superficially amp myself up. I'm simply motivated as my default mode. Now, you could argue that after working with this technique, I'm now doing certain things daily to maintain my motivation, but you will understand how this works after I teach you the technique. This technique I'm showing you is actually the same one that salespeople use to get you to buy their stuff. You will see that it's all about the benefits you get from buying and overcoming obstacles you have about buying and opportunities you'd be missing out on if you don't buy. So if you become an expert at using this technique, you will become a better salesperson as well. You will be able to persuade and influence others to take certain actions, including buying things from you or maybe hiring you for a certain job. But you'll also be able to influence your own behavior, which is of course what I want to focus on in this video. One thing needs to be cleared up before you can use this technique. You need to have a clearly defined action that you can take and want to take. That's why in sales this thing is so effective, because it becomes literally swipe your credit card and you get the reward. Your problem will be solved. It's very simple and a clearly defined action, which is pay now. Many problems in your own life aren't quite that simple. And that's where I warn you, with this technique you have to go deep. You won't watch this video and get up and be ready. You will have to spend 20 to 30 minutes or perhaps even repeatedly on several days working on only this. You have to clear all the obstacles that prevent you from being motivated. And sometimes it takes a few days or weeks until you've discovered and eradicated all the obstacles that hold you back. See, when we get ourselves motivated, we're trying to achieve what's often called flow. Now, I'm not a fan of any magical, spiritual, or mystical stuff. I want to give you real-world, science-based advice in my videos. But using this analogy of flow, motivation is like water that's flowing through a pipe. All you have to do is make sure that you have adequate water pressure. That means there needs to be a different potential between the two containers of water, one higher and one lower. And of course, there can't be anything that's clogging the drains. We've said before that in the past, you've maybe used willpower to muscle your way through this. Perhaps the pipes were a little clogged and you had to increase the pressure by applying hard work and getting it done somehow. It wasn't easy, it wasn't pretty, but it kind of worked. But if you have the system set up the right way, it will just flow, and so will your motivation. Okay, so let's get to it. Let me teach you this technique. There are two things that are sort of a recommended requirement for this technique. They aren't necessary, but it's only in combination with these other two things that you'll achieve optimal results and always be motivated. Number one, you need to know your mission in life. You need to know the reason why you're alive, your purpose, your meaning of life. Personally, I've achieved a lot even without knowing this before, so in theory you can skip it, but once you know it, it's a game changer. So I really recommend you know your deepest why. Go on and check out my other video if you want some help with that. And the second thing is, you should know what the next action is. There's actually a difference between procrastinating because you don't have a clearly defined action and procrastinating because you don't have enough motivation. They're different, but they do go hand in hand. Let me give you an example. Imagine you want to lose weight. Let's just imagine that this is your goal for the sake of making this example, even if you're already fit. See, losing weight is not a specific action that you can take. You can't put it in your calendar as Monday at 8 p.m. I will lose weight. I mean, what specifically are you going to do on Monday at 8 p.m.? Step on the scale? Meditate about being lighter? How many pounds will you lose exactly on Monday at 8 p.m.? See, you think I'm kidding, but it's important to realize that these actions don't actually cause weight loss. Only two things cause weight loss: eating less and exercising more. So the specific actions that you would need to take are only buy healthy foods, get rid of junk food in my house, prepare meals at home instead of going out to eat, and of course, go to the gym or exercise for 45 minutes or whatever it may be. See, now the vague abstract concept lose weight has been broken down into 5 actionable items. Real, specific, tangible actions that you can take. Actions that have a clearly measurable answer to the question, did you do it, yes or no? The technique I will show you in this video, it will actually help you in both cases, regardless if you have a specific action or just some kind of a vague goal. If you have your gym bag packed and ready to go and you have scheduled a workout at a specific time on your calendar, but you still can't get yourself off of the couch because you feel immense mental resistance, then this technique can help you. But also this technique can help you if you feel too much resistance toward even planning a workout. If you know you should lose weight, and if you know you should plan a workout and pack your gym bag, but you're not doing it, this can also help you. Either way, knowing the next action to take is an important concept to help you achieve your goals as well. So check out my other video about procrastination. But let's finally do this. Here's the specific steps you need to take to motivate yourself. Again, this is not quick, this is not simple, but doing this will show you how to motivate yourself if you're honest with yourself. You'll start by taking a sheet of paper and drawing a table with 2 rows and 2 columns on it, but leave some room for a header on both the rows and the columns. At the top, you're going to write take action or do it, or even better, the action you want to take, no matter if it's specific or abstract, like go to the gym, lose weight, do that chore, finish my homework, start the business, schedule that meeting, pick up the phone, whatever it is. On the other column, you'll write don't do it. Now, the words you choose are going to be quite important here, so be creative about coming up with an opposite action. It could be lazy or stay fat, live unhealthily, procrastinate, or be unproductive. So it really depends on whatever your do it column says. Now for the rows, you're going to write benefits over here and negative consequences over here. I chose those words deliberately. I didn't just say pros and cons. Again, the language you choose while doing this can make quite the impact because it will influence your own mental dialogue. Finally, because I'm a visual thinker, I like to make this box green and this one's red and the other one's yellow. So this is your scaffolding. Now it's up to you to fill in the specifics. But filling in the specifics is only part 1. Part 2 is at least as important as filling it all in. Let me give you an overview before we do things in more detail with a specific example. The green box, the benefits of taking the action, that's your positive motivation. Some people thrive on this type of motivation. They are the go-getters, the promotion-oriented people. The red box is more for the risk averse, the prevention mindset type of people. Red is all the things that could go wrong if you don't act. Green are all the opportunities you'll get. These two boxes are your motivation. You got heaven to run toward and hell to run away from. But the ones that hold you back are these two, the obstacles. Reasons why acting is a bad thing, or why not acting might be a good thing. Those could be fears, conflicting values or beliefs, or generally things that you are not fully aware and conscious of. So that's where you not only have to be brutally honest with yourself, but you also have to get really creative and figure out ways to trick or convince yourself that these are not actually true. Now, you can't shortcut this. You have to have a discussion and an argument with yourself. You have to make new mental connections around that subject so that you can forever skip this obstacle. Or if there are some needs, wants, or desires that you feel like you might deny yourself, then you have to find ways how to still get them into your life. You can't just ignore something that's actually important to you. And this is where you might be going really deep and resolve some trauma from the past or childhood memories or deeply rooted emotional problems. Don't be afraid to go in the dark. Do the work and you will get the reward. Alright, so if you want endless motivation, you have to really boost the green area. The benefits for acting, they need to be overflowing. You can actually take every benefit and turn it into its opposite to then boost the negative consequences for not acting too. And vice versa, of course. These guys, they amplify each other. So only if these two are really heavy and the other two are empty, if you've overcome all the obstacles here, then will you have endlessly flowing motivation. Having the yellow ones empty removes all the clogs that prevent flow from happening. Okay, it sounds good in theory, but the devil is in the details. First of all, you have to really sit down and do this. And you have to be brutally honest, especially about the yellow ones. Surely you've come up with lots of arguments for the red and the green boxes, and that's important. That's the whole reason you're probably here in the first place. But the tricky part is how to overcome the yellow ones. That's where you have to be creative, and you can't be afraid of your own emotions. And you've got to be willing to dig deep into your own psyche. This might lead all the way back down to your core values, beliefs, and the foundation of your identity. There may be some deep conflicts that you have to resolve. And of course, if you feel resistance toward doing just that, then you can use this same technique to motivate yourself to do this inner dark shadow work. Alright, I'll finally give you a real example here. Instead of going to bed early and getting a good night's sleep, which would make you feel rested and productive and focused and less groggy, not irritable, and it wouldn't give you dark circles under your eyes, you actually still find it difficult to do that and go to bed early. Instead of going to bed early, what do? You binge watch Netflix or YouTube or stay on social media. So going to bed early would have you miss out on whatever social media or streaming is giving you. Maybe you feel a thirst for knowledge, and that's why you keep watching documentaries or how-to videos. Maybe you want social connection, and that's why you chat with people online and type away in the comment section. Maybe you want to be entertained and stimulated, and that's why you watch TV shows. So once you've discovered this, you have to now design your life in such a way that all these needs are still fulfilled. Schedule time with friends, set time aside for being online, but do it in such a way that it doesn't interfere with your other goals. Set the boundaries and parameters. Make sure that nothing stops the flow in any area of your life. There are endless tricks, techniques, and strategies and solutions out there to achieve just that. From your ideal morning routine, the bedroom setup, apps that put boundaries on your phone, lots of options. And of course, you have to continue boosting the red and the green. Flip them to their opposites. Go to bed early so that you can remove the dark circles. Be in a good mood, or you might lose your job and lose money from being tired and unproductive. Increase the pressure, but also remove the obstacles. Removing the obstacles can mean to rationalize to yourself how you'll be okay with taking the action because your other needs are actually not as important or have already been fulfilled or will be fulfilled. This is what behavior change looks like for endless motivation. It's about your needs, wants, desires, and the actions you take and the choices you make. It's not easy, but you can get there. So sit down right now, take a sheet of paper, and fill out this chart for yourself. Please subscribe to my channel for more helpful advice. Hit the thumbs up button so that YouTube recommends this video to more people. Share it with a friend who needs to see it, and leave a comment below if you have any questions. I want to help you get answers and find solutions. I want to wake up anyone who's numb and depressed. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me on my website if you need anything.